So now we're going to start looking at some examples using these log rules. Just one thing I forgot to mention when doing these first two rules, they have to have the same base here. So yeah, so if you're going, say, from this bit, like going that way, so going from here to there, then they have to have the same base if you want to put them together. And our first question is going to be exactly like that. So first we have log, so there's no base specified, that means it's to the base 10. So log of 5 plus log of 20. We're going to use the first rule here. So if you have log of x plus log of y, it's equal to log of xy. So you multiply them by each other. So we're going to have log of 5 multiplied by 20. And that's going to be log of 100. If you want to put that into your calculator, log of 100 is going to give you 2 as an answer. So I just quickly wrote out that second question, and before I start, some of you might be thinking, why can't you just put it in the calculator from the start? Well, the reason you can't do that is in the exam you're going to need to show your workings, and sometimes it won't be log of numbers like this. It could be log of x and log of y, and then you won't be able to put it in your calculator, so you'll have to be able to work through it and simplify it this way. So we're just going to go through the rules. When you're at the last step, then you can put it in your calculator. Before that, you have to try and simplify it as much as possible with the rules. So anyway, we're going to look at this question, part 2, which is going to be the second rule. So if we have log base 3 of 12 minus log the base 3 of 4, since it's the same base, we can use the rule, and it's going to be log to the base 3 of 12 divided by 4, which is going to be log to the base 3 of 3. Okay, so that's the second rule, and log to the base 3 of 3 is the ninth rule here. It's going to be equal to 1. So that's that question there done. Okay, and here we have our third question then. So log to the base 2 of 4 to the power of 10. So we have to simplify this. So we're not going to multiply 4 to the power of 10 out because that'll be a massive number. So instead what we're going to do is we're going to use this rule here. So log to the base a of x to the power of a q. We can bring that q down to the front. So here it's in front of the log and there's no more q up there. So we're going to do that rule. So this is going to be 10. So that's right. This implies 10 multiplied by this dot log to the base 2 of 4. If you want to do log to the base 4 or 2 of 4 in your calculator, that's going to be 10 multiplied by 2. So it's supposed to be a 10, which is equal to 20 as our answer. Here we have another quick example. I'll let you guys pause the video, quickly try it yourselves. It's kind of similar to this one, and then just unpause it to see how you get on. But anyway, I'm going to start ahead now. So the first thing I'm going to do is going to bring this 3 down, which is again the third rule. So it's 3 log of 2 of 2, and then log of 2 of 2. As you see here, the ninth rule is just equal to 1. So our answer is just 3 multiplied by 1 is equal to 3. So the last example we're now going to do in this video is this one up here, part 5. So evaluate log to the base 5 of 125 without a calculator. This is again something they could ask you to do. So if they ask you to do that, the way you're going to do it is you're going to say log to the base 5 of 125 is equal to x, okay? And now we're going to get our arrows out. We're going to say, if you remember, 5 to the power of x is equal to 125. So I'm just going to write power there and then equals here. So our new question will be 5 to the power of x is equal to 125. And now we have to change this into a power of 5. So if you remember the lists of powers I wrote out, 5 to the power of x, leave that on its own. 125 as a multiple of 5, or as a power of 5, is 5 cubed. So that means our answer is x is equal to 3. So I know I said we use logs to basically solve problems like this, but if they do ask you to evaluate something without a calculator, a log, you have to kind of go back to indices. But yeah, they're the first few questions we're going to look at in terms of logs. In the next video, we're going to look at more examples. We're going to look at things like the change of base formula and some questions like that. So we'll see you then.